so stick around. All right. Okay, now we're ready to go. Okay, welcome Rebel Alliance fighters. I will be your slicer instructor for the day. You have been selected for your technical aptitude for these slicer training. Someone in the higher-ups, maybe Princess Leia, finally decided that it would be a good idea to train some hackers to attack the Death Star rather than sending in a whole bunch of no-name characters down a narrow canal to get destroyed. So hence the slicer training. Alright, so to begin with, an industrial control system. There are industrial control systems all over the Death Star. It is comprised of pretty much nothing but industrial control systems. Now, what is an industrial control system? Let's break it down. Industrial just stands for industries that get machines to do the dirty work for them, pretty much. So that includes oil and natural gas, power, transportation, factory automation, building automation, weapon systems such as the laser cannon on the Death Star, etc. We don't have any intelligence of oil and natural gas being used on the Death Star, in case you're wondering. And control systems are basically just devices that control other devices to make all this happen. They tell robots what to do, they tell valves when to open and close, they tell laser cannons when to charge and when to fire, and trash compactors when to squish Chewie and the gang and turn them into little furry pancakes. So some examples, I already gave some, but some other examples of control systems are giant robots that build AT-AT walkers, TIE fighters, Star Destroyers, and Death Stars. Shield generators, droids, cyborg units, pod racers, everything. Hyperdrive and the HVAC on the Millennium Falcon, you name it. Okay, so here is a basic ICS system network architecture which we sliced, as you might say, from the empirical database. It is known as the ISA 95 or ISA 99 documentation. As an aside, on Earth, that's real. Just go look that up. Okay. So every industrial control system starts at its most basic level with sensors and actuators. Can anyone guess what sensors do? Sense things. Good job. All right. There are three different types of sensors in an industrial control system. They detect temperature, those that detect pressure, and those that detect level, which is a combination or one or the other of position and speed. And then actuators are motors. There are two different kinds of those. If you're working in a factory automation system, you're probably using a lot more of discrete automation, which is a basic on or off. So you have a conveyor belt where a motor will turn for 3 seconds and move the belt forward for 3 seconds and then stop for 3 seconds. That's just an on or off function. That's really basic. The other type of actuators or motors are process automation, which alter degrees of open or close. So for any kinds of fluids or anything going through a valve or a pipe, especially with water, electricity, all of those things are using a lot of process automation in order to close a valve to a certain degree to contain the amount of processed stuff going through. Here's an example of a combination sensor actuator. This is a stolen reconnaissance footage taken from the Death Star restroom, where the stormtroopers even have to wash their hands. Here's an example. You see the hand waving in front of that sensor, which is a motion sensor. It detects when a stormtrooper walks in front of it and uses a Jedi hand wave. That motion sensor sends a signal to the actuator, which then discretes a product that is used to then dry your hands. So that turns on a motor. What kind of motor was that? Should we go back? Discrete. Good job. Okay, here's an example of a process automation network. This is taken from the Geonosis Droid Foundry. This is ancient reconnaissance from even before the Empire. Let's see, this factory had very little monitoring, if any, and it was run entirely automatically. That means they had to have every single industrial control system be completely self-sufficient in order to make it work. There are sensors and motors all over the place, ensuring constant and predictable flow of production. What kinds of sensors would be in use here? Remember, there are 3 different kinds. All of them, that's right, yeah. Speed and temperature and level as well, right? Or speed and, yeah, wow, am I getting messed up now? There's a pressure one as well. And then what kind of automation might this be? There's discrete and process.
Process.
Discrete is on or off. That has a lot to do with factories. So anytime you see a conveyor belt, pretty much that's discrete. But there's also probably a lot of process automation going on as well. The metals have to be melted down and molded into these shapes, right? So that would also include liquid form. So that would probably include both. These devices, both sensors and actuators, they're not complicated. They are designed to do just 1 or 2 things. An actuator moves when it is told to move, and it stops when it is told to stop. That's generally it. Sensors are often very simple, and they often only detect 1 thing. Okay. All right, the next level is controllers. This is probably what you came